Hello everyone, my name is Liyan Wu from CIS 9467. The topic for my final project video is how to optimize operation profit for a vegetarian restaurant. So before doing any analysis, I'm going to briefly explain the business scenario associated with this project. My roommate Victor is an owner for a vegetarian restaurant, and he's always been a talented cook for vegetarian dishes, and he has won a few times on those local cooking competitions. So although his restaurant is just a startup restaurant, but his business is not really going well. The reason of this current situation is probably very obvious, which is caused by Victor's lack of managing skills on inventory and price controls. In fact, he has recently signed a very bad contract, in my opinion, with an ingredient vendor. So this annual contract indicates that vendor will offer a fixed amount of variety of ingredients on a monthly basis. After a few weeks of operation, Victor realized that ingredient inventory was not being utilized effectively. Also, based on the purchasing plan from the contract, the restaurant is clearly not earning a decent and satisfying profit margin. Therefore, I decided to help out Victor and get his restaurant back on track as soon as possible by performing a series of Excel analysis on the restaurant data. So first of all, let's begin to take a look at the menu from Victor's restaurant. There are 6 signature vegetarian dishes that Victor is very good at cooking them. These 6 dishes of food consist of 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts. Each of them will need to be done with different combinations of ingredients. For example, let's take a look at the appetizer rice paper rolls. So in order to cook it, we will need at least 1 avocado, 1 cucumber, half portion of carrot, 1 mango, 3 onions, 1 purple cabbage, 1 fresh mint, 1 lettuce, 1.5 portion of noodles, 5 ounces of peas, 3 blocks of tofu, and half teaspoons of spicy sauce, and lastly, half cup of rice. On the left hand side, we can see a list of ingredients with their quantity, which is also named the monthly ingredient purchase from vendor. This set of numbers is unchangeable since Victor has already agreed the details that were written on the contract. Then once we know the average cost for each ingredient and the ingredients needed for a whole meal, we can now easily find out the total cost per dish by entering a simple formula called sum product. And of course, profit for each dish can be seen as well, since now we have the menu price and the cost, so we can easily find out profit. Because we only have limited time, I already applied these 2 formulas for all these 6 dishes. So without doing any what-if analysis or the solver function, which I'm going to show later, we can now already see some potential concerns on 2 of these dishes, which is rice paper rolls and mango mint tart, as they're actually bringing very little profit. Another section from this spreadsheet is about the overall profit generated by each dish ordered by customers. And then we have the total profit that is simply being added by 6 values from the upper row. Lastly, I also need to enter a formula to get the quantity that has been used and the quantity left for each ingredient. So now we have everything set up. I'm going to perform an Excel function called solver to see how many dishes of meals does Victor need to sell in order to reach a profit optimization. First, let's go to data and find and click on the solver icon. So on this blank, we want to set the total profit as our final objective, which is D37, to the largest number possible. So we are going to choose max by changing value cells D7 to I7. Should be D7 to I7, which also illustrates the quantity of dishes we are going to sell. So next, let's click on the solve button and see what's going to happen. Wow, obviously the numbers are not showing up as we expected. As you can see, the value for, let me show you, the value for total profit is so large that the size of the cell doesn't even fit. Like this happened because we did not add constraint to the solver, and it caused some unreasonable numbers such as the numbers on ingredient use are all. So the sales reference will be all the numbers of the ingredient left, and we also want to make sure that the values are greater or equal to 0. With this adjustment, the output will look so much accurate. And with this adjustment, the output will be looking so much more accurate. And let's click on solve and see. And I will create an answer report for this. On the answer report, we can see the detailed procedure and how this Excel tool run the data. Anyway, to reach a maximum operation profit of around 5,700, dishes of rice pepper rolls and mango mint tart are not even need to be sold since they are clearly not profitable and require a lot of expensive ingredients. Victors should also focus on selling the highly profitable dishes like these 3 in the middle. On the next solver analysis, we're going to decide how to reset the menu price for 4 of those dishes that are relatively more profitable. Similar to the last analysis, we click on solver again. Set the objective as D37. And here's the difference. This time we are going to set a specific value, which is 10,000 instead of a maximum value. Then we are keeping the same changing value cells and constraints, and click solve to see the results. And here we go. We have the suggested price set by Excel solver for reaching the profit goal of 10,000. With that being said, that's pretty much for today's video. Thank you all for watching.